Welcome to our special feature on one of the most legendary figures in finance, Carl Icahn. From humble beginnings to becoming one of the most influential investors of our time, Carl Icahn's journey is a testament to the power of determination, foresight, and strategic brilliance. Carl Icahn is a legendary figure in the business world. Emerging as a symbol of the bare-knuckled 1980s corporate environment, Icahn has become known for his activist investing style, actively campaigning for changes that he believes will improve the performance and increase the value of the companies he invests in. Icahn has been involved in some of the biggest corporate battles in recent history, and has become one of the most well-known and influential investors of our time.
Carl Icahn's early career. Carl Icahn was born in 1936 in New York City, growing up in Queens. He began his career as a stockbroker in the early 1960s. He quickly made a name for himself as a talented trader and a smart businessman, and he soon started his own investment firm, Icahn & Company. In the 1970s, Icahn started to make a name for himself as an activist investor, and he became known for taking large positions in companies and then demanding changes that he believed would increase their value. Throughout the 1970s and early 1980s, Icahn continued to make bold investments and take on larger and larger companies. He was not afraid to engage in high-stakes corporate battles, and his reputation as a ruthless and demanding investor continued to grow. Carl Icahn, the 1980s and corporate rating. The 1980s marked a significant turning point in Carl Icahn's career. Icahn made a series of highly publicized hostile takeovers and leveraged buyouts, where he would acquire a controlling stake in a company and then force changes that he believed would increase its value. This aggressive approach earned him the title of corporate raider, something he would be called again and again in the press, and he became one of the most feared and respected investors of his time. One of the most famous examples of Icahn's corporate raiding was his hostile takeover of TWA in 1985. He acquired a controlling stake in the airline and then engaged in a bitter battle with management over the future of the company. Despite opposition from the TWA management, Icahn ultimately emerged victorious, and he was able to turn the company around and increase its value. This successful takeover earned him a substantial profit and further solidified his reputation as a savvy and successful investor. At the same time, TWA ultimately went bankrupt several times before eventually selling itself to American Airlines, and Icahn was accused of focusing on his own short-term profits at the expense of TWA's longer-term health, a complaint that would be echoed throughout Icahn's career. Icahn's biggest activist battles. In the post-1980s era, Carl Icahn continued to make headlines with his activist investing style and high-stakes battles with companies and their management. He continued to take large positions in companies and demand changes that he believed would increase their value, and he established himself as one of the most powerful and influential investors in the world. One of the most famous examples of Icahn's activism in recent years was his battle with Bill Ackman over the nutritional supplement company, Herbalife, HLF. Ackman had bet against Herbalife stock and claimed that the company was operating as a pyramid scheme. Icahn decided to take the other side of the trade, buying a large position in the company and defending its business model. The battle between Ackman and Icahn became one of the most watched and closely followed corporate battles in recent years, peaking in a widely viewed TV debate between the two. Herbalife stock continued to climb after Icahn's entry, showcasing both the power and influence that Icahn wields in the business world and his ability to pick a winner. Carl Icahn's McDonald's activist pitch. In 2022, Icahn launched an activist campaign and proxy battle against another business giant, McDonald's, MCD. What made this pitch different was that Icahn had a tiny position in the company. It was reported as 200 shares, and not even included on his 13F filings for the year, and that his activist campaign was against a company that was, as he said, well-performing, financially speaking. Instead, Icahn's case focused on McDonald's treatment of the pigs it raised for meat. He argued that their treatment was both inhumane and went against a pledge the company made to reform its practices. While his focus was different, his tools were familiar. Icahn nominated 2 board members to add to McDonald's board to help enforce a reform. Ultimately, Icahn's campaign failed and both his nominees were voted down. He cited several other firms that pledged to make their practices more humane as a positive effect of his campaigning. What is Carl Icahn's current hedge fund and firm? Carl Icahn currently runs a hedge fund called Icahn Capital Management LP, which is focused on activist investing.
The firm takes large positions in publicly traded companies and then advocates for changes that it believes will increase the value of those companies. Icahn Capital is known for its aggressive and high-stakes activism campaigns, and it has established a reputation for being one of the most powerful and influential hedge funds in the world. In addition to his hedge fund, Icahn is also the chairman of a holding company called Icahn Enterprises LP, IEP, which is a publicly traded investment company. IEP holds a diverse portfolio of assets, including energy, real estate, and automotive companies, and it provides Icahn with a platform to make investments in a wide range of industries. The holding company structure allows Icahn to take positions in companies and then use his expertise and resources to drive value and create returns for shareholders. Overall, Icahn's hedge fund and holding company provide him with the tools and resources that he needs to pursue his activist campaigns and continue to shape the business world.
Which companies and stocks are in Carl Icahn's holdings?
We can see Carl Icahn's holdings in two places: his Form 13F filings and Icahn Enterprises filings themselves. Icahn of course also owns a large position in IEP, as he and his affiliates account for 89% of the company's outstanding depositary units as of December 31, 2022, worth over $16.3 billion as of this writing.
Major positions include CVR Energy, CVI, through IEP. Icahn owns 71% of CVR Energy. CVR Energy then has 37% ownership of CVR Partners, UAN. The two related firms are in the oil refining and nitrogen fertilizer business, and have had strong performance over the last year, riding the commodity boom and defying the 2022 bear market. First Energy, FE, this Ohio-based utility company was a $785 million plus position for Icahn as of the end of Q4. The company pays a nearly 4% dividend, common for a utility company, and has managed to have a flat stock performance over the last 12 months, again keeping it ahead of the market. Occidental Petroleum Warrants, OXY.WS. Icahn's portfolio tilts towards energy, and Occidental Petroleum has been a popular position among investing greats. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is also a major holder of the stock. In this case, Icahn holds warrants, which gives him the right to buy Occidental at $22 per share, versus the current share price of $63 per share. This is a leveraged bet, as the warrants would be worthless if Occidental was not above the $22 per share price. Berkshire Hathaway has a separate set of warrants at $59.62 per share. Occidental issued these warrants at the bottom of the oil market in 2020, and they have proven to be a winner for opportunistic buyers. Southwest Gas Holdings, SWX. This is Icahn's most recent and active activist campaign. Icahn charged the board with poor management, and through a proxy fight managed to reach an agreement with Southwest that led to the energy company's CEO leaving, Icahn nominating several board members, and the company undergoing a strategic review process. Icahn had hoped that would lead to a sale of the company, though so far Southwest has only announced a spin-off of one of its units, Centuri Group. We will see whether Icahn has continued to add to his position when he files his next Form 13F filing in February. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of high finance, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Stay tuned for more episodes of Fortune Unveiled, where we unravel the secrets behind the success of the world's most influential financial titans. Until next time, happy investing!